Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Let's lay our vengeance on this video. Welcome back, guys. It is your host, the notorious H.I.M. And let's get right into it. The beta has wrapped up a few days ago, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on the beta. I'm gonna talk about a couple things here, just kind of summarizing the good, the bad, and stuff like that for this game. Overall, I thought it was pretty good, but let's get right into some of the bad stuff. Actually, you know what? Let's take a swing at the good stuff first. Let's get that out of the way. So the weapons felt good. There was recoil with the weapons. I said this in my initial alpha, review, is that the guns having recoil in Call of Duty is a good thing. You want your guns to be difficult to use, or not super hard, but obviously you want your guns to have skill. You want there to be a skill variance to your guns, and I felt like the beta had that with the weapons for the most part. Let's call it as we see it, bro. Like, World War II, even though it's been done to death, is a very popular time for gaming, because a lot of the new players are younger kids who don't know about these weapons. They don't know about the MP40. They don't know about the Thompson. They don't know about the M1 Garand. So there's a historical element which crosses over very well in video games. Like, I play a lot of Battlefield and Call of Duty. Those are my two main shooters. And the last Battlefield was Battlefield 5, which is World War II setting. And that game was done really well. Obviously, Battlefield has its own kind of problems, which we'll kind of delve into when we start covering the beta. But for this game, I felt like the World War II era is pretty good. I like the weapons. I like the choice for what they chose for a setting. I thought it was really good. The LMGs felt really strong. Like, I played a lot with the dinner plate, the DP27, the dinner plate gun, and the last time that gun was in Call of Duty was in World at War, and it was really, really good in the beta. Like, I have a gameplay where I go like 30-7 on kill confirmed, so I'll kind of share that with you guys a little bit later on. The minimap, the detail for what it like shows was pretty good in terms of like the layout of the map. The fact that it doesn't show the red dots, or the fact that you need a perk in order to see the red dots, that's a little strange, a little bit off-putting. Like, you're just having a perk be filler, right? At that point, like, you really don't need to do that. But I thought for the detail of the map, it was pretty good. The gunfights seemed pretty fair, right? So when I had the advantage, I really had the advantage, and when I wasn't in an advantageous position, I was gonna die, and I knew that. So it was pretty fair in my opinion. I actually liked the destructible environments, and it's like a crossover element, because Battlefield does the destructible environments a lot. So to see that be brought over in Call of Duty is refreshing. It kind of brings in an element of skill to the game, right? You can't stick behind this cover because it's destructible, so you have to know where your solid pieces of cover are when you're maneuvering the maps. This one, you'll understand when I start talking about the bad, but the maps being bigger for a beta was actually okay. It wasn't really good, but it kind of teeters on bad. But I felt like having bigger maps in this game, for 12v12, that kind of stuff is real good. But for 6v6, it's kind of a dub. Like, you're really not seeing anybody after, with 6v6 with these large maps. And we'll talk about that with the bad. But true say, like, this is gonna be a real, like, quick hit, bro. Like, at this point, I really don't know if I'm gonna get the game, honestly. Like, honest to God, I don't know if I'm gonna get the game. Like certain things I liked about it, certain things I didn't like. I liked the fact that the low streaks were powerful. Like, I end up getting in this gameplay, like the machine gun. I think it's like 5 kill streak. That's powerful as hell, bro. Like you can rack up like probably like 4 or 5 different kills if you play right. And the thing is that it transfers lives, right? Like it doesn't end if you die. It ends when it's out of ammo, which I like. That's pretty dope. Some of the higher end streaks, they're pretty much a pass. Like throughout the beta, like I didn't play a lot. Like I didn't max out my level. I didn't max out any of the guns. I only got like probably like 4 or 5 hours in on the beta. So for what I experienced, I felt like the lower end streaks were the way to go. You really didn't want to use the higher end streaks because they pretty much sucked. Let's call it as we see it, right? That's the only way that we can really spread love the Brooklyn way is by calling it as we see it. Let's get into some of the bad, because I know that's what a lot of people want to hear is the bad stuff. So the connections in the beta were god awful. They were straight trash, bro. Like if you look at this video, there's times where you see on the side of my screen, you'll see like packet loss and latency and all that. Like that's ridiculous. Like I'm wired, bro. Like I'm wired right into the P4. Like there's no reason that I should have like that kind of connection. It could be me, it could be my internet, but I'm gonna kind of blame it on Sledgehammer here. The connections were bad. I don't think that's just from just me. I look at other people's videos, Thunder's videos, same thing. So I don't think it's just me. The maps being big, let's talk about that a little bit. Like again, kind of going back on what I just said, but I honestly feel like the maps being bigger were okay, but in a beta, you want smaller maps, bro. Like you're taking away the ability for rushers to rush. So when you have maps that are too large, you're not seeing the enemy. Like I'm literally running around not seeing anybody. And that kind of ties into some of the higher end kill streaks. I personally feel because of the map size, the kill streaks just aren't having enough time to have an impact on the game. Like I got dogs in this game and they probably got like 1 or 2 kills. Like as a 10 kill streak, the highest kill streak in the beta, that's a little bit ridiculous. Like let's be honest. That's a bit ridiculous, Sledgehammer. So y'all gotta clean some shit up with that. The shotguns very inconsistent. I use the shotguns a little bit. Like I didn't get the other shotgun. I just had the revolving shotgun, and it takes forever to reload that. So it's like you use your clip, you're pretty much you might as well just die because you ain't gonna have much time to do anything. Like you'll be out of the fight for at least 7 seconds reloading this gun. So I feel like that's a bit ridiculous. One of the most iconic weapons of World War II was the M1 Garand. And the fact that that gun sucked in the beta is ridiculous, bro. Like, that's an iconic gun. It's the only battle rifle you get in the beta, and it's unplayable because of the sprint out time. Like, I haven't done the math, I haven't done the research, so you're gonna have to look to Drifter or Exclusive Ace for some of this shit, because I don't know what the exact sprint out times is, but I was using the gun, and I'm getting beat out by a lot of other players. So I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, this should be, a dominating gun. Like, it dominated in real life. It should dominate in the video game. Like, let's be real. And last, but hopefully not least, and I hope Sledgehammer really cleans this up, but the hackers in a beta, that's crazy to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense why hackers would take over a beta. Number one, the stats don't count, right? So what you're hacking for to get a good game, come on, bro. Like, you really don't need to do all that. The game, it's in its beta form. You really don't need to hack it. But the fact that they don't have any software to stop that, that's a little bit concerning. From a AAA title, a billion-dollar company, that's a little bit off to me, right? So when you show me this type of stuff, it shows what little respect you have for your own game. The integrity of your game doesn't matter, Sledgehammer and Activision, if you allow hackers in even the beta. You have to have like a no tolerance for that type of stuff. Like, there could be no remorse when dealing with this type of stuff. Like, you have to be hard on these issues. And the issue of hackers in a beta, that's ridiculous. Like, I've seen multiple videos on YouTube, people clearly showing that there's hacking in the game in a beta. Come on, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign for release. I have no confidence that this thing is going to release, in good standing. The visibility, damn awful, bro. Like there's just so many things that could have made this beta really good. For one, if you had smaller maps, that would have been much better for the beta. If the higher end streaks actually did things, that would be really good for the beta. But I mean, like, as we wrapped it up, bro, like, nothing has really changed from the alpha to the beta. Like, the alpha maps were probably actually better, in my opinion. Like, you actually got into gunfights more consistently. But guys, like, if you enjoyed this, please rate, comment, subscribe. You know, Path of the Righteous, and I'm out of this. Peace.